Here we are. Good. Good, good, good. It's basically afternoon. You could say grand rising, perhaps. I mean, if you're left coast, you're still in the dawn. Good dawn to you as such. I'm handling my errands for the day. I've had no time. Last night was the first, late last night was the first time I finally had time for me, for reals. Over the last couple of weeks, right? It's amazing. It's amazing what you have to do when you've got no time for yourself and things have to get off your chest, right? Because other people are not considerate of who you are and where you're at right at that moment. And that's fine. I don't mind being treated like that by complete strangers. And so if you've ever treated me like that, you're a complete stranger to me. Unless, of course, you didn't mean it. I don't know. I don't know what you meant. Don't know what you meant at all. But it doesn't matter. This whole thing has been the greatest bestowment upon me that I could have ever have found. It was just the right push to give me just the right injection of what I'm really looking for. Because I feel a new level of power. I feel a new level of purpose. My conviction is increased as I continue to do the work. Be getting on with Heidegger soon enough. Maybe I will find some energy to do it today. I'm on a full-time schedule at work still, and after today, I don't get another day off till Sunday. This is just, there's all sorts of good things that have come to me and that have lined up for me. And all of it is a reward. It's an answer to my calls, really. At least spiritually speaking. I'm good no matter what, because even if I didn't have all these signs, I would have stuck to my guns. Painfully. But I've been given so much reinforcement and, quite frankly, reward. Bestowing is that's going to be I'm snuffing the blessings out of my life. I no longer will be less. I've never liked the word blessing really, but I'm trying to find that right word for what you really mean by using that word. And bestow is what was suggested to me, and that works. It's simple, it rolls off the tongue, it even starts with a B and an E. And if bless is to be less, then bestow is to best owe. Or best own, perhaps. Get it? So this is excellent ways that we refine our language, how we purify our language. It serves us well to fall more into silence, to speak less, I don't know, flippantly? I'm not sure if that's the best word for it, right? Because of all the opportunities that can arise to let slip things that were needless, that then becomes part of at least the unconscious projection. And so we work hard to get rid of all these words once we come to certain understandings, and you have to understand those words and their usages, right? You know, it's very unfortunate that, you know, if I say I'm on a mission from God, immediately your mind goes to Jehovah and the principles of Jesus, right? That's what your fucking mind goes to when you hear God, just like that, right? Because it's phrased in such a way of the assumptive only one outside of oneself, right? As opposed to the gods, right? I'm on a mission, but I'm on a mission from gods doesn't work. I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't have the same punching impact. So it's got to be I'm on a mission from the gods, but then you've added the in there, and it don't roll off the tongue right? It's just because the more you can be short like that, the more you have words that are tight, piercing, and cannot be interrupted. Because when you're dealing with people who argue with you, with people that are psychologically, psychically, and linguistically trying to jam your signal, jam your brain through unruly, passive-aggressive discourse. It's often passive-aggressive, which is how they get away with it for so long. They run frequency twists. They're getting ahead of your words to attempt to cut off your thoughts and to put their words into the conversation to make you co-sign some part of it, right? And then you have to be able to cut them off and tell them that you can't tell me what's going on with me. You're telling me what looks like from what you see is going on with me. You need to listen to me or we do not have a conversation. If this person cannot silence themselves to hear your words, to hear your witness, you have to cut them off. Okay? You have to at least cut off the conversation. Some people, you know, they're not realizing. I'm not saying cut them off personally. I'm just saying cut off what's going on right then and there and see if they're going to come back and be more respectful of hearing, of a fair hearing for you. All right? James True deserves a fair hearing. I deserve a fair hearing. Ben deserves a fair hearing. Brandon deserves a fair hearing. Sharon deserves a fair hearing. They can use their voice to address my words anytime they want, or they can prove to me that they never cared. And that they're going to use my irrelevance based on my social credit score of how many subs and views and likes I have to ignore me. Or they're doing shadow work, or they're just confused, or I don't know why I haven't heard a darn thing from anybody. But I'm not looking for anything, I'm not looking to go anywhere, I'm not looking to whatever. People can bring it to me. I'm already doing what I gotta do over on my end, and none of you gotta know a goddamn fucking thing about it. Other than this big fucking smile. Anyway, but from where I'm at right now, I'm filled with nothing but love and joy in my heart. I am more interested in building than breaking. But you have to stand on where you know breaking must at least be discussed. Because if you also rule out breaking, then you have broadcast your weakness. So understand the demonstration of strength for respect. And it's unfortunate when you can't believe that you've been insulted by people that you trusted, and you're supposed to not stand up and show strength because you're supposed to tolerate some insult from your from your friends. That seems to be something that is like in our the immature side of American culture. That seems to be the side that, and the immature side, unfortunately, is the quote cool side. And it's the cool side because it has its own personal style and cultivated agreement about the likeness of that style. And that's all fair. I mean, I've got my own of that too. And I just don't put anybody fucking down like that, though. Right? That's not really anything of anybody's anything. I don't care. Like, if that's what you're doing, like, you're wasting your time, like, with the wrong effing people, because either you're a serious person with dignity and self-respect and higher purpose, or you're a jackass spinning around the mulberry bush. I don't know. Describing the psychic sludge that the weave has become is almost not even worth speaking of. But then again, that's what the weave really wants to be, because they didn't have a lot of respect for the most dynamic personalities that were there. I guess that's what it looked like to me. I mean, what the fuck do I know? I was never in. I was just permanent regular. I was never in. There was definitely fucking talking going on. Come on. Most of you didn't keep up with me much after the weave. So, or by and large. I mean, look, everybody's busy and all that. But I thought everybody was interested in getting to know me better. I thought we were building friendships, establishing trusts. Nobody ever said, because Steve, you have your thing with James True, eventually that's going to have to stop, buddy. Right? No, that never happened with me. Right? And I'm pretty sure I've even mentioned James on the weave, here and there, out in a respectful manner, not sitting there trying to raise an issue. It'll be brought up because, like, look, well, aside from that issue with James, he said, I heard something he said once that was kind of smart about this, like that kind of. See, when you're telling me you don't like the stuff outside of what is the mere drama, that's when I have a fucking problem, because now I'm dealing with people that are more about social consciousness than they are about personal gnosis, and that's when I have to actually say something, because it's personal gnosis that's in accordance with who I am, what I am doing, things that are important to me, things that it would be make more sense why they would be important to me, and why I may react the way I react if people really knew and understood my path, my story, my relationship with it, my personal experience. And if that's not you, that's fine. I'm sorry to disappoint you that you're not capable of getting closer to me. I allowed you to get closer to me. You couldn't get closer to me. You set that limit, and that was an insult, because every day seemed like a day where it was going to be more bonding. Let's share some more about each other. Oversharing. Yes, Steve, why did you share this in the oversharing show? Man. Hysterical. Hysterical. All right, I got some errands to run.